There's another thing that Prabhupada said. I mean, so many things he said when he was there in Los Angeles in July. But one of the things he said in one class, he said, "You've all had millions and millions of births. And in all those births, you have done everything. You have seen everything, you have heard everything, you have tasted everything. There's nothing new under the sun. Therefore, give this one life to Krishna. Just this one small life, give this one to Krishna." And then he said, "So, finish up your business in the material world," he went like this, "and go back home, back to Godhead in this life." So, I always remembered that. And many years later when I thought about it, Prabhupada, he had said, just give this one life to Krishna. But actually most of us who came to this movement, a large part of our life had already passed by. So what Prabhupada was really saying, give the rest of this life to Krishna. You don't even have to give your whole life, doesn't matter. Just give the rest of this life. In other words, from this moment on, finish up your business, go back home, back to Godhead. On a morning walk, Prabhupada was discussing this verse, Apiche Tsuracharo Bhajate Mamananya Bhak, where Krishna says that if someone even commits the most heinous, abominable activity, falls down to the lowest, most heinous and imaginable fall down, if he repents, carries on in devotional service, then sadhu eva samantavya, I will consider him still to be a sadhu, and I will not even consider that fall down. So Prabhupada was discussing this verse and saying that it's very difficult in the material world, and there are accidental fall downs, because we've had these millions and millions of births, and we've developed these bad habits, so there's going to be slips and falls. But if we pick ourselves up and carry on, stay on the track in devotional service, then Krishna will still consider us to be a sadhu. He won't say you fell down. It's not like we, when we see someone fall down, we keep it, we shove it in their face for years. Krishna's not like that. He won't even consider it. Then Prabhupada said, but if it's a premeditated downfall, that is the worst offense. You cannot cheat Krishna. So then one devotee asked Srila Prabhupada, how do we know if the fall down is premeditated or accidental? You like that question? It's a good question, huh? So Prabhupada paused for a moment, and then he said, if he comes back, I consider it an accidental fall down. If he comes back, then Prabhupada will consider it an accidental fall down. So I thought about that over the years. And at first we thought, well, if he comes back the next day, and then we thought if he comes back the next week or the next month. But I saw in my own Krishna conscious experience, I can give you the example of two of Prabhupada's very dear and early servants. One of them who you know, who started the Australian Yatra. No. No. Upendra. Yeah. They don't. Upendra was a grihast. At that time was, sannyas, and so was Madhavisa. We tend to overlook the grihastas, which means we're on the bodily concept of life because we're judging people by external considerations. Anyway, it was Upendra. And Upendra was one of Prabhupada's first servants. So he had fallen down and was in the wrong community, really bad. But then, and he contacted AIDS. He had contracted AIDS. And he was going to leave his body. Then the Australian devotees heard that, and they made a collection, and they got enough funds together to send him a ticket. And he flew to Australia, and he nearly left his body on the plane also. But he arrived here, and everybody glorified him like anything. I think it was in Melbourne. And he was given a room, he had the Mahaprasad, the garlands, people were chanting in his room, and he left his body, hearing the Maha Mantra, getting the mercy of all the Vaishnavas. So then I realized, if he comes back, Prabhupada will consider it an accidental fall down. Those 20 years in Maya was just an accidental fall down. That is the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. And I had another realization also. Krishna, he's Bhaktavatsala. He likes to take the subordinate position to his devotee. He took the subordinate position to Mother Yashoda. He takes the subordinate position to Narada Muni. He also took the subordinate position to Srila Prabhupada. And if I have time, I can explain how that went down also. But in this case, because Prabhupada considered it an accidental fall down, do you think that Krishna also considered it an accidental fall down?
Yes.
Yes. So Krishna never forgot that service that he did in those early days. And Krishna made an arrangement through the devotees that at the end of Upendra's life, he would be able to remember Krishna. Ante Narayanam Smriti. You can remember Krishna at the end, back home, back to Godhead. So all those 20 years in Maya was simply an accidental fall down by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada.
Guru A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ji. ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ji. BBC Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ji. Food for Life Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ji. Bhaktivedanta Gurukula Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ji. Bhaktivedanta Institute Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ji.